the Who, and from today we are about to start the round of 32. This is the first day of round of 32, and we have our casters tonight. That is Quentin and Z. Z is doing the casting for the first time today, so everyone welcome Z. Okay, so I'd like to hand over the mic to Quentin. So Quentin, if you are there, please say hello to the chat.
Hello, everyone in chat. Welcome to the stream. We also have the one and only Shinryu also in our presence. And yes, we also have Z, our newest caster. Say hi. Z, are you there?
I think he's facing some technical issues out here, so let him fix that while we are at it. Hello guys, welcome to the Vortex of Legends Season 2. This is the round of 32 and today is day 1, so I hope we are all excited to watch the games, and I guess we finally have Z with us.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi everyone. It's great to be here, and I hope to bring some exciting action to you all today.
Absolutely, and we are, more than happy to have our new caster on the decks, and this just adds to the excitement for the games, and to have more heads for this, analytical part as well as for this casting decks. And yes, Quentin, what do you feel for this today's game so far? We have the team Godlike and team Unknown Champion joining us for this first game.
Yep, the games are going to be interesting. We have started to trickle down into that round of 32. The teams will only start getting better from here on out. And yes, we do have a few new teams, new faces also that will be coming up in later matches tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right, Crew?
Absolutely. And you know what? This game is going to be pretty interesting as we are just waiting in for the teams to join in, and once they join in, we will begin soon. So, Quentin, why don't you tell about the prize pool and the giveaways to our viewers?
Okay, we will begin with the prize pool, which has been discussed before. It has been there in the posters. We are doing, all the teams are facing off for that 30k diamond prize pool. The winners, the first, second, and third position will be dividing among 25k diamonds, and there is 5,000 diamonds remaining for giveaways for you viewers. So we will keep trickling in milestones here and there in each stream so that the viewers are able to get their share of the diamonds. So do stay tuned, stay interactive, and remember to stay alert to when we actually give those specific milestones.
Indeed, and we are more than happy to broaden our family. The community that we have built so far is just going to get wider as we are proceeding into the next rounds of the tournament, and we have we have set so many milestones for us, and we are just going to reach them eventually. So that is something we are trying to do right now. But yes, if you guys want to stay updated about our tournament and about our the post-match results and other related news, you should follow our Instagram page. The link will be mentioned in the description. And yes, with that, you should also subscribe to the YouTube channel, as you guys know that can give you guys chances to win those awesome giveaways. And Yahoo, what do you have to say for today's games? I guess we don't have who here. Let's hear from our new caster Z. What does he feel for today's games?
Well, I just hope that we see a lot of exciting action. The meta is changing day by day. I mean, I remember a time where Alice was super prio, and right now we don't even see the Alice anywhere. So, yeah, the meta is shifting, and I really want to see what the meta looks like, especially in a region like India where Mobile Legends is actually on the up. and up.
Indeed, and yes, Quentin, please share your thought as well with him. While we are doing that, I'm trying to get the members join in the lobby.
Okay, and something very interesting that Z was talking about was the ever-changing meta, and that's something which is currently very true. There are specific heroes already there for different roles. Heroes like, if we do go to the mage, we have Auroras, we do have the Vexanas and the Valentinas making Storm. We have junglers like the Ling, the Fanny. We even have the Suyo, the new hero that was released, and all of these massive number of heroes compared to other metas, and because of that, it gives teams a lot more of uh, trouble when it comes to the drafting phase, since there are so many heroes that are more or less overpowered in the entire game currently.
Yep, you guys absolutely. I mean, look at even like you mentioned a lot of heroes there, but you still did mention heroes like Khalid, Katutkacha, Hylos, the Zuxin in the mid lane, the Harith in the gold lane. I mean, this is a very interesting meta that is shaping up to be.
Yep, and all of these heroes are so versatile. Like, let's take for example the Ruby, which has been seen quite a bit in the past few matches. That hero can be flexed onto 3 positions: the gold, the EXP, and the roam position. So there's a lot more flexibility in the drafts, and yeah, it's basically just a ever-flowing meta.
Exactly, and I think that's what makes this game so fun, right? It's not like even meta, which is the most effective tactics available, can be as varied as it having like 30 different heroes that are all as viable as each other. And then put into that the counter picks that are possible. I mean, just today in FPLID and yesterday, I think, we started seeing Hilda in the EXP to counter the Khalid, which is a very interesting thing if you think about it, especially with the Revitalize. That's pretty rising in the meta.
Indeed, the buff to the Revitalize has made a lot of previously off-meta heroes come back in. Heroes like the Kartot. We also have the Hilda. We might even be seeing probably the Glue come back to the meta, which I haven't seen him in that EXP position for quite a long time, you know?
That's a very interesting point, actually. Glue can actually benefit from the Revitalize a lot, can't he? It would be like similar to the tank Vendetta with the Revitalize. Just escape and just wreak havoc on the enemy. That's a very interesting point. We haven't seen that yet, though.
All right, and the teams are starting to trickle in. We will be starting shortly. Rio, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am here, and we will shortly begin. As we can see, both the teams are joining in for the in draft analysis. We will have me and Z take it over, and yes, we will meet you in the game. There's Quentin. Don't go anywhere. And guys, I guess both the teams are ready to take here. We have Team Godlike on the blue side and Team Unknown Champion on the red side. So we are just waiting for the members from the side of Team Godlike to hit that ready button so we can go into the drafting stage. And which hero do you think will get prioritized out here for this first game? Z.
I think Katutkacha and Khalid. I think they're really rising in the meta. And in particular, I think Khalid. I mean, Suyo is obviously there, but I'm expecting the Suyo to be banned, and the Khalid will be highly contested between these teams.
Indeed, those mages are also something these teams want to prioritize coming into this draft. So that is something we can see here, maybe. And yes, with that, we have finally begun the drafting stage. And we can see Team Unknown Champions are on the blue side, whereas Team
more than a weapon.
Godlike are on the red side. And yes, with that, Julian getting banned here.
That's an interesting ban. I mean, I guess they want to open up the
What's
They
your
want to kind of
command?
narrow down the pool of junglers, and it's followed up with a fanny ban. So I think that is the idea here to a certain extent.
You're right about that. Those junglers getting banned is something we don't get to see very often. Though the Fanny is something those teams want to, avoid playing against. But this Julian is something very new coming into this game, and the EXP is something that will get prioritized out here, I believe, and there is that Terizla ban.
Oh, the Jerusalem ban. Does unknown champion actually want to pick the Phobius first pick? Because the Jerusalem does wait very well against the Phobius.
My kiss.
Yes, and you know what? We are missing one hero out. That is the new hero Shu Yu. So there is probability of that hero getting picked as well.
Absolutely. I think if Godlike does not ban the Suyu, unknown champion are more than happy to take up the Suyu. But the Alice ban is something very interesting. We were talking about the Alice just before, and it has gotten banned.
Chivalry is dead.
Ooh, the Clint getting banned, something we don't see very often. And this does open up the chip, the Shuyu, and a lot of, EXP laner like the Khalid and notably the Gadot as well.
Yep. I don't know if I'm correct, but I can kind of see what unknown champion are trying. They're banning a lot of these early game heroes in different lanes. So the Clint getting banned means heroes like Natan and 1-1 can be picked pretty easily. And then the Charisma getting banned, and it's also opening up that Suyu pick. So it will be interesting to see how Godlike actually responds to his banning patterns from unknown champion. That's not really trademark, but
The Zushin getting banned here is something we do see quite often, but yes, there will be a lot of trade, for those heroes, I believe, in this drafting stage. A lot of heroes are open, so let's see what will Team Unknown Champion prioritize out here.
It should be a Suyu, right? Unless they're more comfortable on the Suyu, you can even flex into the mid lane, you can even flex into the EXP if they wanted to. But Jungle Suyu is the best choice.
Indeed, the damage that he can, put into those heroes when he get those items early on is something teams can really capitalize on. But here the Lapu Lapu gets picked. Here's the first pick.
That is very, very, very surprising, especially considering all the heroes that are open right now. I did not think it was going to be a Lapu Lapu first pick.
Chose me to vanquish
and there comes the Shu Yu, like we were mentioning, and it does get picked from the side of Team Godlike here.
Yep, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Cecilia. Yep, that is kind of surprising, but I can understand the Cecilian here.
With that Cecilian's late game, it does remind me another hero which is quite rising in the current meta. That is the Mia.
Yeah, the Mia, but I think the Natan is an even bigger force to be reckoned with, especially talking about the late game. But here is the Gatot Kacha that we've been talking about.
Yes.
And it looks interesting. They're hovering on the Lilia, which is not really a hero that you see in this meta. I think especially because of the Sky Piercer, it's very hard to actually judge the ultimate timing.
Yes, that is a pretty interesting point, but I don't think so they're going to pick that hero. They are hovering that Zaz, and it will get picked here.
And that's a pretty good pick, I think. It saves the mid laner from getting assassinated by the Suyu burst, and also kind of zones out the Cecilian.
Yes, but this does open up the Khalid for the side of Team Godlike here. If they want to take it, they can before it gets banned in the second banning, phase. So
yeah,
will they prioritize that hero here is the question now.
Yeah, the Khalid does look nice. The Khalid or the Edith at this point. Just keep that flex options available in the first phase. Let's see what Godlike actually end up doing.
They can just surprise it with some different pick here, and there it is.
Yep, the Lolita. Oh, the Tigreal. Okay. The Tigreal makes a lot of sense. Yeah, actually.
Yes, that implosion can really change the tide of those team fights, and yes, that is a good pick to have, I would say. But out here, they can ban out the other heroes that are left open. They can, leave the Khalid out here, I believe. Team Godlike, they are pretty comfortable with the Khalid being open because team, Unknown Champion, they already have their 2 tanky heroes locked in, and one of them will have to go to the EXP lane here.
Yep. So the EXP and the Rogue is both picked. So Team Unknown Champions don't really have that space for the Khalid.
Come on, Dexter.
So it will be interesting to see how Team Unknown Champion go about this drafting phase, especially because their first phase drafting phase was not your typical drafting phase.
Indeed. And something the plot I felt like Team Godlike could pick for themselves, but rather they're banning that hero out. Is that a wise decision from this side here?
I am not the only one.
Exactly, like, especially considering that they are in the they do have a first pick after this second phase bans. Godlike definitely could have picked this squad, especially into the Zast, because with the Tigreal pick, the Zast can't really pick Flicker, right? Yeah, the Zast would want to pick Purify at the very least. So banning it is risky, maybe they're not comfortable with it. But on the other side, we have Unknown Champion banning that Phobius, who is a very big and very massive hero that was still open in the pool, and I think that ban is absolutely warranted.
Indeed, and there will come that jungler ban that was, kind of coming, I would say, because Team Unknown Champion are still yet to lock their jungler, and they're banning those, high mobility hero across the map already.
Yeah, I mean, Ling is okay, but I think the Alpha does a lot better against the Suyu than the Ling. So
yes,
it will be interesting to see if the Alpha does get picked by Unknown Champion. The final ban being the Ruby is also understandable, especially because the EXP is still open for Godlike.
I mean, they could pretty much flex that hero into the goal lane as well as the fourth pick. So yeah,
that's right.
And that
You're
hero is a wise decision. But here they are hovering that export. Is it a good pick into that Lapu Lapu here though?
I don't really like the export into the Lapu Lapu right now. I think because his Faraga armor will get popped very easily by the Lapu Lapu. And without the Faraga armor, Xpog is not really going to be able to do much. Especially, because I think Godlike would like a EXP that can actually zone and give some vision so that the Tigreal can set those flickering implosions. But at this point, they did lock in the Xpog, which hopefully does the work for Godlike, I guess.
I mean, they are choosing that unorthodox route here, so we cannot guess the heroes that they want to use here. Maybe they're going for this comfort pick rather than, going with the, following that crowd, whatever, is going in the meta. But here, Team Unknown Champion, they're yet to lock in their goal lane and that Hyper, so that Mia can be a good pick.
That Mia. Yeah, we did get a Mia pick that you mentioned, Trinity.
Indeed, I call it out. I mean, if you leave that hero open, it does get picked. Pretty strong hero. When those pushing ability comes, Mia is one of those hero who can just get those turrets under your nose, and you wouldn't even get the idea about it.
Absolutely, and another interesting thing is that the Mia has that Purify in the ultimate, so she can actually escape the implosion sets from the Tigreal.
Yeah, that is a good point to be added here. Mia can get out naturally with her ultimate, but to counter that Mia, they have that Hanabi versus a Mia matchup. What do you feel about that?
The Hanabi does have that CC immunity, so the Mia can't really set with her skill 2 with that arrow of Eclipse and then just go ham with the Inspire. So I guess that's the plan here, trying to actually control the laning phase, and then in the late game, I think Godlike have enough set that the Hanabi will be able to do enough damage.
Yes, they do have the pretty front-to-back composition coming into this game. Both the drafts look pretty solid, but as we are slowly, diving into this first match of the day, I think Quentin can take it from here alongside you to give us some more ideas for the game. And yes, with that, I will hand over the mic to Quentin here.
Curious. Hi, Quentin.
Thank you. Indeed, hello there, Z, as we do enter this first match of the night between United unknown champions and Godlike. Both drafts are looking pretty solid. We have talked about it a lot, and now we do enter the land of Dawn. Something we have to look out for is both scaling heroes on each side, being the Sicilian and the Mia. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I find the Mia versus the Hanabi matchup in the gold lane very interesting because this is often not something that you see, not even in ranked games actually, you know. So, I mean, yes, Mia is a rising pick, but Hanabi is a very scary pick to pick. However, I think I understand the idea because the Kacha CC, the Mia CC, the Lapu CC, the Hanabi does have some things in our kit to actually control that.
Yeah, and if we go down to that gold lane, you can already see that the Katos actually helping the Mia farm up, but the Hanabi is still able to actually sustain herself well in that lane, especially due to the passive.
Yep, and over in the jungle, looks like Frost is starting that blue buff, the Suyu, whereas the Deadly Fighter is on his way to level 4, and he should be able to get his level 4 now. So there is a gank coming onto this Hanabi.
It looks to be as such, but it seems like the side of UC, they are backing up from that potential as the turtle does spawn in 20 seconds. Both teams still playing it pretty safe. Meanwhile, on the mid side, we did see a flicker getting extended from the side of Ichigo.
Yeah, I think he tried to get a set because he's not low enough that he probably didn't get caught. He probably tried to get a set, and interestingly, Zast is on the flame shot, so there is a chance that the Tigreal can get some insane sets this game. No purifies except the Mia ultimate.
Yep, with the turtles coming in. Speaking on that point, I think we are seeing RPG trying to factor in and use as much of the Dominator's Descent passive as he can to try and keep himself alive in this team fight. But as we speak of team fights, the fight does break out. The Soul Saber from the Suyu makes it pretty weak. The implosion onto the backside is not enough as Xbox takes up that first kill even with the last insanity. With the bravest fighter, Lapu, coming in, secures a maniac immediately. Disrespecting game damage.
Absolutely, and we're seeing that first pick Lapu come into handy right there with the picking up the maniac in the first turtle fight, just wiping the floor with Godlike, despite them having the Suyu, which is very interesting.
This is the interesting thing about, you could say, off-meta picks. Since not many people are actually playing it, you won't know what type of damage potential they have. Meanwhile, back in the top side, we already see that the previous fighter was extended. Now the Raging Slash does connect, but it's only the Baraga armor. As, again, this Xbox pick for the side of Godlike is questionable. We have to wait and see whether or not they can actually make use of it in this game.
Exactly. And the Xbox has to recall, if there was a kill over on the mid lane.
Yep, we did see the avatar of Guardian getting used up, as well as the Ouija Shadow kill, but they did secure the kill on the Melon.
Yep, and the Purify was expended, so that's a huge resource that Godlike have actually expended, and still got the kill.
Right. We are having a fight over there. Ichigo very low, gets knocked away by the Katos, but the Mia does get jumped upon by the Suyu. The Dominator's Descent does come down, and a double kill is secured from the side of Miss Lisa.
Yep, and that is a great fight for Unknown Champion. However, Unknown Champion's marksman did go down. Meanwhile, Meliodas on this Hanabi has been farming and has been alive the entire time, so you would want to give some edge to Meliodas because, especially in the late game, it's going to be very difficult.
Yep, that is true. It's going to be who's going to get those items first rather than when, since whichever marksman does secure their items earlier, they will probably get a better snowball. We do see that the turtle has been started over here. We have Deadly Fighter on it. pretty low, does get secured by the blue team, but the avatar of the Guardian jumped onto the backline, but the Purifier is there for the Sicilian to keep himself alive. Hig going in pretty aggressively, meanwhile on the backside, we do see that the bravest fighter connecting onto 3 as the Dominator's descent comes down. Suyo very low. The God Shadows do come out, and the Weedy Shadow kill beats out to the implosion. Meanwhile, in the mid, Mia able to take down the turret as a flame shot secures that kill.
And interestingly, Meliodas on this Hanabi went for Wind of Nature as the first item.
That might be an itemization mistake if you ask me. She needs that lane clear. She needs that ability to farm. So without the corrosion sight, she's not going to be extending much damage in these extended team fights.
Exactly. Like, she managed to survive the Hayabusa overkill right there. However, she still died. So I wonder what the idea is behind this.
Yep, as a team fight does break up in the top side, the bravest fighter already used, as we do see Try pretty low, is able to get out. The rest of his team are there as Suyu tries to get into a better position. He is spotted out, however, by the Nightmare Spawn, and the rest of UC are just trying to get into the heads of Godlike. Now, Godlike, they have to decide on what they really want to do. Back in the mid lane, we do see that the Baraga armor and the all from the Xbox is used up. Hayabusa able to take down Suyu once again.
That's a win on all fronts for unknown champions in this game. The Lapu Lapu is causing havoc over in the top lane, picking up that monster kill, and Meliodas on the Hanabi also goes down. So Try is absolutely running away with this game, along with unknown champion.
Yep, and with that, the objectives are going over to the side of unknown champion, as they are completely snowballing this match. Will there be a chance for a comeback? Meanwhile, we do see that the Evil Queller lands. The damage is not there yet for the Suyu, so it's going to take some time for the side of Godlike to actually come online.
Yep, and I do favor Godlike's chances in the late game. However, like, considering the kill score right now, it's 14-2, and there's around a 10,000 gold. There's around an 8,000 gold lead for unknown champions. The late game is gonna come very late for Godlike, but if they can handle it, they do have that Xbox, they do have that Sicilian, they do have that Hanabi. So there is a chance.
It all comes down to how they actually want to play this and the time factor that is in the game itself. As we can now see Godlike, they have gone into a better defensive position. They need to decide, as I speak of that, Meliodas in the bot side already extending the Wind of Nature. This might not look good as 3 members collapse onto the gold laner from the side of Godlike. Now, Dig caught up in a very bad position. Mia still getting that killing spree, as Suyu does not escape the Nightmaric Spawn coming in from the Zask.
Yeah, and it's still going in. Oh, try, cheers. And he does get shot down by the X-Board, but at this point, I don't think he minds.
Well, that is a lot of bounty over to the side of...
Yep. Ninja can actually benefit from that bounty. You're right. Because it is an X-Borg. He does scale very much. So, however, it really does depend on Godlike not getting picked off, especially Meliodas not getting picked off like he did in the ball lane just now.
Yep, indeed, it does come down to those frame perfect movements that the teams need to make, as Lord immediately getting shredded by this Mia, the one really being a menace on this map right now.
Yep, and I think the bottom lane holy defense was popped, so the Lord should be walking down bottom lane, I guess.
Yeah, unless...
Oh, that's interesting. So, yeah, that's interesting. So Looks like Holy Defense is not the marker for the Lord. It's the HP of the inhibitors instead. You learn something new every day.
Indeed, they did go down that mid as the rest of UC. They might just use this Lord to get another turret advantage on the top side, but it seems like they are trying to get into a better position for a team fight. We already see that the Gatafata just tries to poke around here and there. The one in a more aggressive position right now, the Sicilian damage not yet there, but slowly starts to rack up as that is a turret in the top side for Godlike.
Yep. Unfortunately, Sicilian is very behind somehow. I mean, he has gotten killed 4 times, so that might be part of it. But, yep, just one quad shadow, and the Wind of Nature was popped by Meliodas.
Good beating when it comes to the side of unknown champions. They are just testing their limits over here. They are comfortable with the picks they have, and you can really see it in how the one is positioning. We can really see it from how RPG is actually planned to go in with those dominated descents. As we might see an implosion into that mid Nia, he is able to get out of that, but the Bravest Fighter connecting on the backside and the 2 members is not enough to secure some kills, but the AOG does come out. That is 1 member down for the side of United Champions, but Godlike, they do lose an inhibitor.
Yep, and I think that's a trade that's worth it, especially being more than 1,000 gold ahead. And Haya does go in with the Yogi Shadow kill, does not manage to get a kill. Oh, the one actually going in with that ultimate and managed to take down Meliodas.
A huge team fight breaking out over there as the next to fall is the Tig. Gapop does get traded out in the process as the squad shadows do come out. Connects onto the Sicilian, but it seems like Deadly Fighter, he doesn't want to actually jump into this mess right now.
Yep, and they actually got a lot more than they were looking for, I think. Unknown champion in that fight. They got essentially 3 inhibitors. So RPG actually finished off that inhibitor down bottom, and the top lane inhibitor is also on the brink of falling down. So I think Unknown Champion are absolutely happy with this value that they got from the first Lord.
Indeed, a very good assumption. Now the second Lord does spawn up. Let's see whether you see want to just burst it down. It seems like they are going for it, and Godlike not really in a position to actually push forward. They are left to defend their base and wait for the side of Unknown Champions to come crashing down on them.
This is an enhanced Lord, but there is no inhibitors left, so I don't think it's gonna jump. However, it will be interesting to see if Godlike can actually defend this, because if they can defend this, around the 15-minute mark, they can actually expect to have a better fighting prowess. However, if they don't defend this, it is game over.
Alright, we can already see Surya getting pretty low. Needs to be a little bit careful. The Mia's damage is something that you must respect. You can't really just burst her down, since she does have that Wind of Nature as well. So, as the Lord coming into the mid side, will Godlike be able to defend this?
Oh, and the Guardian goes in. Oh, that's a great set from Ichigo. However, exactly. And yeah, that's the game.
With that, we come to the close of the first game of tonight between Unknown Champion and Godlike. Shinri, what are your thoughts on the game? What went wrong here for the side of Godlike? They did start off pretty well, but at the end, the decision was made.
Yes, am I audible, guys? Hello?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so I think the factor here was the pressure coming in from that early game, from that Lapu Lapu. Like you guys mentioned, that unorthodox pick really, reaping that benefit of that hero. And yeah, that Maniac just was too much for the side of Team Godlike here to, really come back from. And they just from that point on, they just went on for the snowball, and Team Godlike could only watch and not do anything regarding it. And yes, the itemization from the side of Team Godlike, like you mentioned, from that Hanabi, that early Wind of Nature was something it kind of benefited in the only for that Hayabusa's ult or maybe for a certain time against that Mia, but eventually the gold cap that this Mia provided for their team is something insane, and you can see she already had a 13,000 gold armed within the 13th minute of the game, so that is something you don't get to see very often. You leave the Mia open, and that is what happens towards your side. And yeah, like rest of the side, you can just see, it was snowball continuously, and Team Godlike just fell one after the other. They could not regroup for those team fights, and that was just their demise eventually.
Yeah, and with that, the game does come to a close. We do enter this. We do wait for the second match to begin, and the second match is between Trash Industry and UP16, both good teams that have shown their prowess when it comes to actual mechanical fare in the Land of Dawn.
Indeed. And I guess, this match is going to be another interesting pick unless we have this unorthodox picks coming in again, challenging this current meta shift that these teams are trying to, go for. Isn't it, Z?
Exactly. And I think that is the beauty of this meta, right? The X-Borg and the Lapu Lapu. So the Lapu Lapu is not really a pick that you see a lot of in this meta, but in this particular meta, where everyone is kind of, in this particular patch where everyone is kind of exploring different heroes and exploring different metas, where the meta has not actually been formed particularly yet, the Lapu Lapu did show a lot of promise, and that early game first turtle Maniac was the definitive play that actually allowed Team Unknown Champions to snowball out of control.
Yes, we did have the doubts, but Quentin, did you expect that Maniac to come in from that Lapu Lapu in the right, 2 to 3 minutes of the game?
Well, I was watching the Lapu come in, and as soon as I saw him lock onto 4 members with the Bravest Fighters, the early game damage of the Lapu Lapu is not something that should be avoided. He is very strong in that early phase, and he also had the Fury Hammer, so it was a pretty good exchange, you could say, for the side of Unknown Champions.
Indeed, what Z rightfully mentioned, that matchup between that Lapu Lapu and that X-Borg, where that Lapu Lapu does come on top against that its counterpart, that is the X-Borg. So that did, followed in the game, and yeah, I mean, it is these matchups that can, make the difference in the long run, because that Mia is something, we thought would kind of match up the damage in the late game when that Hanabi will get that item, but once that Mia starts snowballing and start pushing the turrets, what can you do about that? How will you stop that Mia when he's so far ahead of you?
Exactly, and with all the Wind of Nature.
Yes, I mean, a single Wind of Nature can save you only so much, and how long can you get that Wind of Nature tapped with? There is a cooldown for that item, and Team Unknown Champion, they had all the tools to dive in continuously. That Lapu Lapu, that Avatar of Guardian from the Katot was enough to encircle their teams every gank. So yeah, it is those small windows for the teams to capitalize on those team fights.
Exactly. Indeed, and most of the game, they do say 80% of the game is won if you win out in draft. And Unknown Champions, they did, in my opinion, out draft the composition coming in from the side of Godlike. So it's going to be interesting to see how the future teams also draft and decide upon the heroes they ban and pick, especially since we are starting to filter out all of the teams as we enter the playoffs.
Yes, we are eventually we are heading towards that round of 16. This teams will have to get filtered out, like you mentioned. So at this point, not every team can manage to get their pass for that round, but the teams that will go on to the next rounds will have to have the best of their, gameplays and those pick sense coming into this tournament.
All right, it seems like we are just waiting on one member from the side of Trash Industry. Trin is missing one, but once they are here, we will jump right into the analysis. I believe it's going to be me and Z this time around for the drafting.
Indeed, and for all the viewers who just joined in for this match, welcome to the Vortex of Legends Season 2, brought to you by Yama Esports. This is the day 1 for the round of 32, and we have Team Trash Industry and Team UP16 take on each other in this best of 1 to get that ticket to the round of 16. So let's see how will it go, and we will soon head into the drafting stage. Z and Quentin, take it away.
Thank you.
All right.
And looks like there's some trash talking going on between these two teams before the game. So it will be interesting to see how this goes.
Well, words can only speak as loud as your actions. As we enter the draft phase between the two teams, we do have here with us Trin and UP16, as UP do have the first ban and the first pick.
Yep, UP on the blue side. And actually, I wanted to mention something. What do you think about the advantages of the blue side over the red side? Which side do you think is actually has the advantage in this meta?
There are no shortcuts in life.
The
I
meta,
literally
yeah, exactly.
invented
With
one.
so many heroes that can be taken up, picks and counter picks. The red side, when it comes to drafting, is looking to be much better this season. I mean, this patch. But when it comes to actual gameplay, we are seeing a lot of the blue teams really winning it out in the Land of Dawn. We jump straight into the draft as the chip is the first to get taken out, as Zushin as well as the Carmilla are removed off the board.
Yep, and this looks like a much more straightforward bans coming in from these two teams this game as compared to the bans from the actual winners of last game, Unknown Champions. But the Zutsin, very strong. The chip is very strong, but I find it very interesting that it's the blue side actually banning out that chip.
Or death.
Well, they might have something planned out. They did ban out the Carmilla as well, as we did see a Alice get taken out. So this is there are still a lot of heroes. We might also see UP16 ban out the Khalid, which they have been doing in the previous matches. So let's see what happens here as we do.
Sir,
Wait.
what's your command?
No.
Oh, it is a fanny ban. So maybe UP16 does want to pick up that Khalid in the first pick.
That is the potential, yeah. That with the first pick, they are able to comfortably lock in at least one hero, which is in the meta. So we have to see what overall happens over here as Trin do come in. They do take their time with this last ban of the first phase.
And interestingly, the trend is the Thrash Esports. Thrash Industry is taking their time. It's a Sicilian band. That's an interesting band.
The late potential of the Sicilian cannot really get overlooked, as Suyu gets immediately locked in by Mobile God.
Yeah. However, we do leave that Khalid open, and Nima Dikchen does take it up for himself. So the Khalid could go in the EXP, could go in the Rome, and it is a very strong hero right now. I think the Flicker Khalid is going into the Rome position, maybe?
You never know. We did see a lot of Khalid be played with the EXP, even when it comes to the professional play, as we do see Aurora also locked in a good match up, but UP16 with a counter pick onto the Phobius.
Yeah, and that Phobius is going to be a very strong pick. It looks like a Flicker Phobius, which is something I really like, because if you pick a Vengeance Phobius, yes, you can survive for longer, but you also kind of leave yourself susceptible to that pick-off plays, right? The Flicker actually allows you to escape when you want to. So I do like that idea of the Flicker Phobius.
Hope will find a way.
And with that,
it's a bit fun.
Yeah, the Vexana, a classic pairing for the side of UP16. They've locked in a good starting three, as well as Trin countering it back with the Ling. So both sides do lock in similar positions when it comes to the draft.
Yep, and I find that very interesting. I mean, we still have that Khalid who can flex, but overall, assuming that the Khalid is going to the EXP, both of these teams have actually picked the same roles and locked it in. So it will be interesting to see how they go about the second phase of the drafting phase.
Speaking of the second phase, the Ruby is banned out as well, so they don't want to take any chances. They do know that this Phoveus is going to the EXP, but the Ruby's potential to shine in the gold lane is still scary, as EP16 ban out a gold laner of their own.
Yeah, especially like Ruby Rogue as well, because since Trash Industry does have that Khalid, they don't want that Khalid's S2 to be cancelled out, right? The quicksand god.
Yeah, that the Ruby is able to deter a lot of skills, especially when it comes for the side of the Khalid. The Link could also get caught off in under his Tempest of Blades once he comes down. So again, yeah, they don't want to take any chances. As we do come into this last few bans, Roger, interestingly enough, is banned out here.
Yeah, and that is a hero that's really fallen off the meta this time around, I think. It's like we don't see a lot of Roger, especially since the last round of nerfs on that hero. However, he's still a very strong pick, especially when you snowball. And I guess Trash Industry with that link does not want to face a snowbally hero.
Yep, they are reducing a lot of gold laners, but UP16, they do take out the Kacha as well.
Very good, very smart fans actually. My both decides. So this is a game that I'm really excited for actually. Just based on these bans and picks so far.
Yeah, and now we do enter the second phase. We are seeing a Hylos getting hovered over here, but will Trin actually lock it in? That would be an interesting pick, especially when it comes to the roam position, since he will be able to actually just put down the glorious pathway, create a little bit more space when his team goes in.
Exactly, and especially with the Aurora picked up for themselves, the Hylos does not really have anything deterring him from just running into the enemy team. And that's what they do. Trash Industry actually do pick up that Hylos, and it is answered very quickly with that Beatrix. So, the room position, I mean, I would like a Kaja here. Just go for that. Oh, the Bellaray. Interesting.
Interesting is the word right here, as we are seeing a Belric in play paired up with the Beatrix. So we will have a 1-1 by Trin. They are not actually phased by that Belric pick and decide to go with a snowball hero of their own. What are your thoughts on the drafts coming in right now, Z?
I mean, the Trash Industry does have that classic draft that seems to work, but the more I look at the UP16 draft, the more I think that they have an answer for pretty much everything that Trash Industry have drafted. So this is going to come down to execution, I think, at the end of the day.
And yeah, with that, we do come to a close. Both teams have locked in solid drafts. I will give the mic over to Shinryu, as he will take you into the actual cast with Z. So with that, Shinryu, take it away.
Yes, sir. The drafts look so damn solid, and this match is gonna be a heck of a back and forth match. I believe both the teams does have the pretty front to back composition, but it will all come down to that mistakes or those windows of opportunities that these teams can create for themselves, isn't it, Z?
Absolutely, and I'm very excited for this match because, especially that Beleric pick, I am just frothing at the mouth thinking about all of the value that UP16 can actually get out of this Beleric. The Beleric ultimate into that Ling ultimate, the Khalid, the Hylos. I mean, Zin is actually picking a really interesting hero into this comp.
Indeed, indeed. And this is just going to be a battle of the CC, this crowd control abilities from both these teams. They have a lot of lockdown skills for themselves. As for the rotation, it is pretty standard, but this Little Wonder will go to the side of team UP16 here. They want to go for that engage here, but won't be successful. The Shuyu wants to go in, but the Hylos, I think, will be able to walk out.
And yep, very, 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 very standard draft. There looks to be a fight brewing in the top lane.
Oh, wait a minute. That will go to a disengage though, Z.
Yep, Nasty actually escaping with a sliver of his HP, but does not decide to go back to the base, choosing to catch that wave before recalling, I assume.
Indeed, those heroes hadn't reached their level 4 yet, so it was a smart decision from their side to not engage right before this turtle. And yes, they're without any objective. I think engaging for those team fight is something these teams wants to avoid here. And onto the bot lane, the Khalid is trying to poke some damage, but will not be able to do much. The Shuyu does rotate to the bot lane, trying to get that gold crab for himself, that EXP crab, I'm sorry, but this turtle has spawned. Will team get their hands on it?
I mean, you would have to actually give the advantage to UP16 in this turtle take, simply because the Suyu has that no animation, short cooldown, mini Valorant ult to secure that objectives.
Look at the Sandstorm going in, and a lot of damage being placed, and the Vexana will be the first to fall. This turtle will go to the hands of that Khalid, and a double kill towards that Vexana. I mean, to that Aurora already. I'm sorry about that, but that is a win for the side of Team Trin here. A turtle and 2 kills already into the first 3 minutes of the game. Looks pretty solid.
Yep, and they managed to actually deny any kills from going onto the hand of this Suyu. So they're actually going to be maintaining their snowball trash industry and preventing that snowball coming in from the side of UP16. So this is an all-around win, a 3-0 on the side of trash industry.
Indeed, and I feel like, with those skills coming in, the goal, it will shift towards the side of Team Train here. Team Trash Industries can capitalize on that if they just play for their objectives here. And on the top lane, the Vanman does get some poke, but I think with the rotation coming in, there could be a potential engage. 3 members already there. We can see the engage coming in. The Boris path already used. The Tempest of Blade will be used with the lane falling to his demise. The passive of the Aurora going out, and the Frigid Glacier will be able to stop the rotation from the side of team UP16 here. But the Suyu going in with a double kill, and the Hylos is just there under the turret, waiting.
Yep.
Maybe to get fall
right
here.
There. Oh, and they keep going in. They're juggling that turret, and they do manage to get that kill off of the Hylos as well. So an all-around team fight win, a 4-0 for Team UP16. And I think in that fight itself, we saw the idea behind this Beleric. The Beleric popped his ultimate, the Wrath of the Dryads, and managed to catch that Ling when he was coming down from the Tempest of Blades.
Yes, Team UP16, they say no Ruby, no problem. They can use that Beleric for that same purpose, and with those 4 kills and this 2k goal lead for the side of Team UP16, they are looking good. Then solid, but a pause.
There is a pause.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about that fight.
Indeed.
Up top. I think we want to talk about the same thing right there, right?
Indeed. What
Sunny on this Vexana. Absolutely. I think Sunny and this Vexana did a great job just stunning that lane, forcing that Tempest of Blades. And then when when Kisuke Urahara, I think, right, was coming down from that Tempest of Blade, the Beleric, I mean, Zen TV on this Beleric was actually able to pop his ultimate, catch that lane, and manage to get a 4-0 out of that fight. Amazing, amazing plays coming in from UP16.
Indeed, this timing for the skills was impeccable. It was like just a masterfully played skills, and it just, lined up so well for their side, and it just was beautiful to watch. They did get the most of that engage already, despite losing the turtle and 2 kills, giving towards the side of team Trin here in the first 3 minutes. On to the fourth minute mark, they got all that goal lead back towards their side, and yes, even the top lane turret was taken down from that engage. So a lot of good things for the side of team UP16 from that single engage alone.
Exactly, a lot of value, and importantly, I think they managed to get that kill onto Lane and the 1-1. So they actually delayed the power spikes for both of these heroes, who can be a very big problem in this game. And I think UP16 are definitely in the driving seat as we are on this pause right now and waiting for the teams to load back into the game.
Indeed, we will eventually walk once the issue has been fixed here. But apart from that, I think what do you think team Trin needs to do here for this turtle fight? They need to get that goal lead back for their side, isn't it?
Yep, I think something similar to the first turtle fight. I mean, you can look at the minimap right now, and like during the what do you call it? Before the pause, the Khalid has rotated towards the turtle, whereas the Phobius is still clearing the wave down bot lane. So it does look like Team UP16 is gearing up to kind of leave this turtle or for Trash Industry. So if Trash Industry can actually secure the blue buff for the lane and then just 5-man the turtle, there is a chance that they actually secure it. However, there is that risk of the Suyu, because the Suyu with him brings that no animation mini diamond ult as we head into the game.
Indeed, we are finally back for this game, and I believe Team UP16, they want to contest for this turtle. I mean, they want to take this turtle, but Team Trash Industry, they are kind of zoned out from the Belleric, and there should be a comfortable lot to turtle take for the side of Team UP16 here.
Yep, and interestingly, the Khalid did rotate down bottom. So I guess the call was for the Trash Industry team to not actually contest the turtle, because, I mean, with their comp, losing another team fight at this stage would be pretty disastrous. So I understand that call.
Indeed, and with the 5 minutes mark coming in, all the gold, plates will get, get turned off here, and we can see onto the bot lane. They want to look for that engage, but they are playing pretty carefully. The link shuts down so low. We'll have to use the Tempest of Blade just to survive here.
Yep, and that is the power of the Suyu. As much as they wanted to prevent the Suyu from snowballing, he has definitely snowballed, and they managed to get another kill onto Nima Dikchen down in the EXP lane. 4-man rotation down there from UP16.
This Beatrix is already online for the side of Team UP16, and the Aurora will fall instantaneously here. The Hylos, stuck between 4 members, uses the glorious pathway, does survive, but the Eternal Guard is there. He is walking out. The Shuyu wants to secure that kill and will get that kill eventually.
Momagon on the Suyu manages to get those snipes with his hold third skill. I'm not sure what it's called. I need to actually refresh myself onto the skills of Suyu, but amazing plays from Momagon. Unfortunately, did not manage to secure that blue ball, but
indeed,
he did secure that mid lane turret, which is the most important turret in the game.
Just 7 minutes in and 5k goal lead, and the more probability for taking this turtle team Trin, they are held back for this team fights, and they are trying to play it very safe, but unfortunately they are not able to hold try to be safe under their turrets. Even as we can see, another engage might take place, but both the teams are being careful here.
Interestingly, the 1-1 actually took that red buff from the link while she was just jumping to lane. I'm not sure if that was and what an engage by Momagon.
Yes, the glorious pathway will be used just to survive and help his team get out of there, and this does give the window for the side of Team UP16 to get this turtle comfortably. The Link would not want to contest as he is split pushing that bot lane onto the mid lane. Little bit of exchange of damage. Poke here coming in, but we can see the Belleric trying to chase that Khalid here. Won't be able to get him. The mobility coming in is too fast from the side of Team Trin here, but potential engage here maybe?
Yep, and they do disengage. And at this point, I'm wondering what this Khalid is building, because he started off with the Eris build, trying to go towards that Thunder build, I assume.
Oh, wait a minute. The Tempest of Blade along with that Precipitation will be used. A lot of skill used. Even the Ruiz pathway was dropped, but 2 members falling from the side of Team UP16 as well. That double kill towards that Beatrix. Getting 4 members down. That is a lot of trades off, but Team UP16 will be able to walk out, with lot of value from the team fight alone. The both top and the mid lane second tier threat are falling here for the side of Team Trin here. And Trin.
And the reveal of this Beatrix, without any of us actually noticing it, has amassed a 3,000, almost 3,000 gold lead onto Noir on the 1-1. So, yeah, that's where that damage came from. It looked like a pretty good fight for Trash Industry until the Beatrix just walked in, flickered in for that kill onto Nima Dikchen, and then also managed to get a kill onto Noir on this 1-1.
Indeed, I mean a 402 Beatrix, a 603 Shu Yu. I mean, what do you expect from those heroes? They are already able to get that early snowball, and it just pans out how those damage, comes out for this team fight, as they are able to get their items pretty early. Beatrix with already 3 items, so does the Shu Yu having that, with Sky Piercer locked in, but engage was probable. Unfortunately, Team UP16 can't find that window yet for that pick off.
Yep, and again, I still don't understand, as I was saying before, I don't understand this itemization from Nima Ditchen. Going the Dominance Ice first item, it was not as if it was their healing that was causing the problems, right? UP16 were not healing out of everything. Instead,
look at that Lake trying to get the Lord, but unable to do so. The right time retribution from the side of Team UP16 Jungle are able to secure the Lord for their side. The crossbow of Tank will get dropped, but he won't go for that yet. And yes, with that, without losing any members from both the sides, the Lord does go to the side of Team UP16 here.
Yep. Oh, yeah, speaking of, Mova God chunking 1-1 down to almost 1/4 of her HP just with one combo.
This 1-1 does need those items to come online, as he has just locked 2 items in, so it is still a long way for them to get their hands on those items. And yes, I think Team UP16 can potentially get all the inhibitor turrets with the minions being synced in so well.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Trash Industry don't really have that good of a wave here. The 1-1, the Ling, the Aurora, Aurora does have that freeze, does have that disengage, but oh man,
jeez. Beatrix is just so nasty, man. Giving those damage, and 2 inhibitors already falling. Team UP16 are going for the heads for the side of Team Trash Industry, and that is a wipe out. The base stands for just a few seconds longer until Team UP16 will get it shredded down, and that is a game towards the side of Team UP16. See, what a game.
That was a very, very quick game. I mean, we saw Trash Industry get that advantage in the first hurdle, but it was very quickly turned around by an amazing play by Zin TV on this Belleric, who managed to actually use his ultimate to turn the tides around of that fight. And they managed to just snowball from that fight. So, yeah, I think UP16 with a very deserved win over Trash Industry, who were still a very good team, but unfortunately their road in this tournament ends at the round of 32.
Absolutely. Let's hear from our analyst for this game, Quentin. What does he have to say for this game? Quentin, are you there?
Yes, and with that, UP16 they do win this out pretty well. Again, something that even Z was pointing out, itemizations from the side of Trin was a little bit lackluster. UP16 also had that last pick Belleric, which really turned the tides for their entire team fights and those engages using his Nature's God Wrath really well to catch out the Ling and really put Trin under the pressure with his crowd control.
That was the case, and those, like we talked about in the pause, like while the pause was on, those timing for the skills were so perfectly maintained from the side of Team UP16. Just amazing to watch, to be honest. And with just one team fight, it was the snowball coming in. And what could Team Trash Industry do from there? They could get under that turret, but was that enough for them to survive? I don't think so.
Yep. And I think that definitely showed this game is another testament to how flexible this meta is, right? Because Crash Industry did have that meta pick. You know, the 1-1, the Khalid, the Hylos, the Aurora, the Ling. These are all very strong heroes in this meta based on the games and the tournaments that we have all watched so far. However, with just that single Belleric pick, who is considered quote unquote off meta pick, they managed UP16 managed to just turn the tides around for this game and allowed that Beatrix and the Suyu to actually snowball out of control. So it was a very interesting game.
Absolutely. And with the next team coming in, we have to make way for them to, get their match analyzed here. But Quentin, why don't you tell the viewers who just joined in about what they are watching?
All right, guys, welcome back to to all the viewers watching. This is the Vortex of Legends Season 2 round of 32. As we do started off with a storm. We do have the next match up and available right now, as both teams for the side of Peak to Plummet and the Pentagons will be going head to head. Also, to our viewers, remember to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Instagram as well at Yama Esports for daily updates on the Vortex of Legends. And we will have few more giveaways. Again, a 100 diamond giveaway is planned at 450 subscribers. So that is another milestone set for our viewers to complete before we can actually get into the giveaways. And yeah, why don't we talk about the next matches that are coming in between Peak to Plummet and the Pentagons?
Peak to Plummet, a team to watch out for this game. So our team Pentagons, who won't go down without a fight, I'm certain. And yes, this match is gonna be another of those neck to neck battle, I believe. Should be a back and forth game, unlike the last two games where we just saw the snowballs pretty hard. And yes, we expect a great game coming in for this match up. So the winner team will go, and loser will have to get eliminated here. But Quentin, while we are at it for this game, we should thank Z for joining in tonight. He did, gave us his valuable input for this game and also cast it with us. I think it's time for him to get some rest for the night. And why don't we take it on from here?
Indeed. Thank you, Z, for staying with us for so long. We will see you in future matches as well, as we might see you later on. Yes. So, Z, yeah, over to you.
And thank you guys as well. Thank you guys as well. It was a pleasure to cast with both of you. And thank you to the viewers for tuning in to Vortex of Legends Season 2. And we hope to see you more as the tournament progresses.
Indeed, and it was very great to have Z with us. And this is not the last time we will hear from him, guys. He will be back tomorrow for sure. And yes, we are ready for this match, and let's go dive into it, as we will dive for that drafting stage very soon. So yes, with that, Quentin, take it away.
Yup, with that little bit of talk, we do have the match underway into that drafting phase between Peak to Plummet and the Pentagons, as the Pentagons do have that first pick potential over here. We are entering the draft, and all of these drafts may come pretty standard, as the heroes, the meta is pretty locked in right now, with the chip getting
literally invented one.
first removed.
It is interesting, like Z mentioned even in the last game, team the blue side banning the ship is something we don't get to see very often, but yeah, it is again here from the side of team Pentagon, I believe. Oh, this is team Peak to Plummet. I'm confused. This is team Pentagon. I'm sorry. Team Peak to Plummet are on the red side. Yes, so they will ban that ship right away. To answer back, team Peak to Plummet or team Plummet will ban that Shuyu. Interesting, isn't it?
Very standard coming in from both teams. Let's see what they take out over here as well. The Khalids are still open. Damage Khalid is pretty popping. We also have heroes like the Phobius as well as the Zushin. Yeah, exactly. The Zushin is banned out for the side of the blue team. As the red team picked Plummet, they have their time to response.
My kiss.
There goes the Alice banned from the side of Team Peak to Plummet here, and that is a very wise hero to ban considering how dominant that hero is onto that gold lane and could be flexed to the other lanes such as the EXP, sometimes to the jungle, but not very effective, I would say, there.
Alright, a response with the Ling, actually, which is again a decent ban as he has been pretty dominant in that jungle position for quite a bit. We did see the Ling not being as effective last game, but it's always scary to leave him open when it comes to the first phase draft. Now, Peak to Plummet with their last ban, they have to decide what they want to give and what they want to take. So they will take this a little bit slow. It seems slower than the first two bans that they chose. Let's see what they have in store for us, what type of show they want to give.
Yes, like you mentioned, they can trade in for those heroes banning something entirely else, like that Nia, but they will go for that Khalid ban right away. So, smart ban, I would say, avoiding that hero from the side of team. Pentagon is something team
I am not the only one bound by
B
these
to Plummet could have
chains.
benefited, but they did give away that Phobius here.
Phobius first pick for the side of Team Pentagons. Now Peak to Plummet, they have to respond to this in some way or the other. They could just lock in the Aurora. It seems like the Hylos is probably going to make his way over here. He is known to actually do well, or at least keep his team sustained under the Infernal Pursuit coming in from Milo. So let's see what that gets paired up with.
They can go for that, X-Fork or that CC for that Phobius to get him countered onto that EXP lane, but that is something I don't know team Peak to Plummet want to play with here unless they want that Hylos to go to that EXP lane. But to answer back again is that Sicilian pick onto the mid lane.
Love is like blood.
On the other side, the Carmilla immediately getting locked in. Interesting. The Sicilian is something that we always have to watch out for. Whenever there's a Sicilian in game, it's going to be either a hit or a miss. His late game potential is insanely snowballing. It is very scary to go up against. But with the Alpha also locked in, it seems like the side of Pentagons, they will be playing around a lot with this Carmilla.
Indeed, the Carmilla's, curse blood and paired up with that Alpha shoot damage along with that Infernal Pursuit from that Phobius, it looks pretty solid frontline coming in already. So they just need some backline heroes to give those extra bit of damage that team Pentagons can benefit from. But to answer back, what do you think Team P can pick here?
Ooh, this is very interesting as Team Peak, they do have locked in their two Rome and Wood, and they finish it up with a Nolan. That's interesting, especially against the front line dive heavy composition that Team Pentagons have actually shown us right now. What do you think about the Nolan pick coming in third position?
It's still too early to pick that Nolan. The hit could have been, a bit, picked, but out here they have picked it anyway. But there are a lot of counters towards that Nolan, and they're trying to ban those heroes out. One of those was that Moskov, already banned, and banned to that mid lane with that Vixana is something Team Peak to Plummet can, avoid here, and they will do that thing. The other two bans you can see here. Talk about it, Quentin.
Yeah, the X-Borg and the Hayabusa pretty standard. They don't want to give the potential of the Haya to the side of Peak, as it seems like Team Pentagons, they will be picking their backliners, and that's going to be where the most of the damage will be getting stacked from. So they don't want any heroes that can dive or jump the backline with that X-Borg and that Hayabusa being banned out. Peak to Plummet, they do show the Julian. We have to see what type of jungler they will try to pair up here, especially against the fast rotations coming in from the Alpha.
I mean, that Xbox could have been a good pick against that Phobius. Getting banned is something they are, gonna benefit from. But out here, the Yisun Shin gets picked. Oh, man. That is something we don't get to see every day. 3 late game heroes already locked in. Is this a wise decision to have those 2 late game marksmen?
Exactly, Ryu. It's very scary. Yes, the late game is there for the side of Peak to Plummet, but who's going to actually sustain or at least keep the playing field level in that early game? We have to see what Peak to Plummet have in response, especially when it comes to the EXP, since that's what they're lacking, unless the Hylos will go into the EXP lane on his own. Whereas for the side of Pentagons, they are finishing up their composition with a Lunox, which is definitely going to the gold lane, as we do have the Eve getting shown over here.
You know what? One thing you just mentioned a while ago was that dive heavy composition coming in from the side of Team Pentagon, and that by ESS he needs to go in to get his damage, and there's nothing he can do staying far away. So is that a wise decision? Along with that, Eve's real world manipulation, it seems very dire for the side of Team Peaks to Plummet's draft so far.
Yeah, that Yisun Shin, he does have the ability to get proper vision onto the side of Pentagons with the Mountain Shocker. But yeah, that's a very good assumption. Will he be able to actually just dive in? As Peak Deployment, they do finish it up with Tigreal as the last pick. So this is going to be a EXP Hylos. Both teams locking in a pretty tight composition. But I do see a little bit of favor over to the side of Pentagons, as they are more on meta compared to what Peak have to show.
Indeed, they do have the ability to snowball from the early minutes of the game. With that Lunox being locked in, he just need that Sky Piercer to get online fast enough. And yeah, I mean, the draft does look more favoring towards the side of Team Pentagon here. However, we should not count out Team Plummets here. They have the tools necessary to get their damage online into the late game, but that has to wait for a while if they can farm, that is. But with we diving into the land of Dawn, take us away.
All right, with that, we are entering the third match of tonight between the Pentagon and the Plummet. Both teams starting off on the top side jungle, as I believe this Alpha will be farming up much faster than the Yisun Shin. So Peak to Plummet, they have to play it a little bit more safe in that early game, otherwise it might just turn into a complete snowball.
Indeed, I mean, all their heroes need a lot of farm for the side of Team Plummet, and unless they get their items locked in, they don't get their necessary windows for those team fights, they cannot capitalize early into the game. But here we can see the litter already being contested. I don't think so Team Plummet wants to contest this. They should back out. It does go to the side of Team Pentagon, but this Tigreal taking a lot of damage. Will be able to get out of there, but yes, back to Reset they go.
The reset does come in, but it seems like Carmilla moving straight on board to help out her Lunox. The Nathan doing decent here, as he is able to stay a little bit more safe, especially against the Lunox in this early game, as the rest of Pentagons decide to set up for Turtle. Yisun Shin might be in a tight spot as the stun does come out onto the Tigreal. We will not have much skirmishes, it seems.
Indeed, this mountain shocker was used quite early. I would say he could have waited for the turtle to spawn in, or maybe a few seconds before that. That still does have a long cooldown, about a minute or so. But here, with the turtle spawning onto the top lane, we can see the rotation coming in. Both the teams trying to get their vision across that turtle bit.
Indeed, it seems like the side of pentagons, they are in a more defensive position, surprisingly, with their draft, as the turtle did get started up by Peter Plummet, but since they did spot out the Carmilla, they decided to actually go in back to his jungle the Ascension. Meanwhile, the Tig does scout out the rotation coming in from the Carmilla.
Meanwhile, all that was going on onto the bot lane, the 1v1 going on. We can see the flicker already being burned from that Lunox chunked so low. The fight did not stop there. The Nathan wants to go in, will get that kill already, and this turtle is the next on the block to be fought for. We can see both the teams trying to get that engage, the damage being placed, there goes the glorious pathway, and the damage being placed more, and with that the turtle goes to the side of team Peak to Plummet, and they won't want to stop there. They are trying to find more. A 4-4-0 trade already, along with the turtle early in the third minute of the game. What do you think about that, Quentin?
And with that, Peak to Plummet completely began their snowballing. It seems interesting as the side of Pentagons, they did have a more aggressive draft coming in, but they are pretty wary from the side of Peak to Plummet, and that actually stopped them from actually doing well at that turtle fight. Bot side, we did have the Lunox fall again, and that is a turret as well at 3 minutes in. The Nathan and the Yisun Shin, pretty heavy. They did go for a greedy draft, but it is working out right now.
Yes, our assumptions or our analysis was completely on going south right now. We can see team Peak to Plummet are making the plays here again on the top lane. The Ovi is getting engaged on, does use that vengeance, will not survive. The damage is too much already from that Nathan.
It seems like Vito and Aizen, they are going pretty aggressive. They want to go for more, as Winter using the Spirit of Alpha gets caught up in a bad position. Real good manipulation is down, but it's not enough to save their jungler. Pentagons losing out again as Peak to Plummet. They just snowball.
A 0-7 score, 4 minutes in, for that late game draft. Is this how this game was supposed to go? We did not script that, but here on the top lane we can see the Phoebe is again getting zoned out, and that turret goal should go to the side of Team Peak to Plummet again, and this will just broaden that goal lead further as we are moving to the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, and with the Hylos just being there on the backside, he can just soak up so much damage. So we do see Avito coming in with a good flicker implosion, catching out 2 members, giving the Sicilian a double kill. And yes, the turtle also getting freely taken away by Yisun Shin. This is not looking good at all for Pentagon.
Absolutely, that that glorious pathway was so smart and genius from that Aizen, and that give that Vito to even get that movement speed to connect his skills onto that backline. And yeah, I mean, it's just a beauty to watch. We can see Team Peak to Plummet are taking whatever they want on the map. The turrets, no worries. The buffs will get taken soon, as they are just heading towards the mid-game power spike for their heroes, and with them already being online, the goal lead is just broadening with each minute passed.
Indeed, the Nathan already 2 items in with the Starium side and the Feather of Heaven. So we have to see how much longer Pentagons are going to take for them to actually start clapping back. It seems like Peak to Plummet, they do not want to give them that opportunity as they converge onto that mid turret. They have not spotted out Winter in that blue buff side yet, but it does not seem so, as Peak doing quite a bit of damage onto the Phobius as the entropy does come out, giving Nathan that unstoppable Lunox coming in with the light alt, able to get the shutdown, but does get traded out. Winter coming in as well to actually stop the Sicilian. The damage from the Ascension is not enough to actually finish this alpha up, But overall, that's the clapback I was talking about.
Yes, Team Peak to Plummet did overextend a bit and got punished for that. But nothing to worry, they did not lose too much onto that engage. They can come back from there, but that does give the side of Team Pentagon some breathing room, some farm, some shutdown onto those heavy bounty heroes, as we can see that marksman from the side of Team Peak to Plummet falling with 5-0 and 1 KDA. So that is a lot of gold going towards the side of Team Pentagon here.
Yeah, and it seems like now Pentagon, they are trying their best to actually start putting farm in the right places. Topside, there is a battle between the Roam and the EXP. The turtle is given away to the side of Peak to Plummet, and now the 4V is caught in a very bad spot, does fall. The Mountain Shocker does come in, giving more information to the red team on what Pentagons are actually doing. Look at that aggressive play coming in from the Eastern Shin as the Spear Falcon does connect back. Here comes out the Curse of Blood as the two junglers are traded out. Dig in the backside, get the implosion? Nope, he does not, as he is just there to try and put the pressure on the side of the Pentagons.
A bit too overzealous performance coming in from the side of teams. Plummet's jungler, he goes in with his abilities, disregarding the fact that there was a lot of CC that could be placed onto him, and yeah, he does get shut down here. But these small mistakes can be, capitalized as we are slowly getting those, items for that 8-minute mark here. And yeah, like Team Pentagon, they are far, but not too far. They are just 6k gold behind here.
With that, look at the take coming in, catching 2 PM members out into that implosion. The Glorious Pathway also down. Alpha is the first to fall in that team fight. As Sicilian picking up that double kill. The bad impact starting to actually hurt now.
This does defy whatever we talked in the drafting phase or in the first minutes of the game. And yeah, Team Pentagons, they need to hold on to their turrets out here and even avoid getting shut down. But another engage onto the mid lane.
Yep, we do see that the Lunox snowfall is pretty low, is able to survive by a little bit. As the rest of Peak to Plummet, they do turn their heads towards this mid tower. Reed, though, does not connect with the implosion, but the Curse of Blood does. It's not enough to actually deter Peak to Plummet. They do take a tier 2 in the mid lane as they turn their focus to that bot side. Yep, that also falls.
Not a good timing for those turrets to get down. They do have the Lord next onto the map and a 1v1 between those two members, but the Phobius will fall eventually from the damage. The Jisunshin is already level 15, hitting like a truck, and this Lord will go very comfortably towards the side of Team Plummet.
Yeah, and Z was talking about Nathan earlier. I believe he is smiling away as Nathan's snowball has begun. He is one of those marksmen that you have to watch out for in the late game. He will just shred objectives without another thought. And with that big deployment, they are in a completely massive lead over here, as that Lord does march down mid side.
Late game was that Team Peak to Plummet. They are defying all the logic. They were already online in the first 4 minutes mark, and yeah, the snowball is just continuing out. You can see that Alpha just taking few hits, already shut down. Shut down to 30% HP. This Lord marching the mid lane down, and look here, another engage perhaps.
The real world manipulation does come out. The Curse of Blood locking onto 2 members. It seems like the Lunox is going in, but she does not have enough damage yet. Gets taken out instead. As the bat impact starts connecting, Sicilian doing quite a bit of damage. Next to fall is the Phobius, as Avion doing well with the Flicker Implosion to keep away the Roamer, giving Peak to Plummet their win over the Pentagons.
And that's just it. Another snowball based game coming in our way. 20-3, just 10 minutes in. From that late game, composition, we don't get to see that every day, Quentin.
And yeah, with that, I think so. That is the um, game. Both teams did play out pretty well. The drafts were locked in for the early game favor to the side of Pentagons, but Bleak to Plummet, they showed their resilience, they showed their mechanics, and they actually started snowballing right from the beginning. I believe, who are you there? Would you want to put any input into the game that we just saw over here?
Okay, so there was a great game coming in from peak to plummet. The off meta pick, the Yushinshin just really signed very well, you know. We haven't seen this Yushinshin played very much in this tournament, but this Nepathaya, my guy, he was just a menace going in to that Lunox and just jumping down in, but he was a little bit overextending, but it is fine since they just won the game. So
Yeah, with that, yeah, I think so. We are ready for the next match. We will wait for the players to come in. Till then, Shinryu, why don't we keep our viewers entertained?
Indeed, I mean, with the match just coming to an end, that was something to watch. I think Team Peak to Plummet are more than ready to take on to the round of 16 for the next games to follow. Eventually, we will go for the next game, and yes, while we are waiting at that, let me tell you guys about the giveaways that we have planned for you. The 500. I mean, I don't know about the 500, but there will be some giveaways happening in the live chat. I think our moderators are conveying the news or the activities or the instructions to you guys. So just keep watch for that. But if you guys want to know more about the tournaments and more updates about the games that will be played or that are played, and in case you guys have missed them, you can catch about those news on our Instagram page, and the link to that will be provided by our moderators in the live chat, or you can just search Yama Esports. It will pop off right in the first. So yes, guys, do follow that page. Do stay updated about the tournament, and who knows, in the future tournament you can participate as well. So with that away, we can also talk about the next game. It's gonna be between Team IGN and Team, who else was it again?
yes,
Team Wolf.
Team Wolf here, yes sir. And while we are waiting at it, this is the season 2 for the Vortex of Legends, and as you guys already know, it is hosted by Team Yama Esports. So it does have the 30k prize pool divided into two segments. That is the 25k for our winners or the top 3 teams in our tournament, and 5k for our lovely viewers. So yes, the giveaways you already know. And yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed to that YouTube channel here, you should. That you can get those giveaways, updates, and everything when our channel goes live. So yes, and we just got the news here from our management, and I think who will be the one to convey it to you guys. Who are you here?
okay, so guys, since Team Wolves are not responding, so I think we need to disqualify them. We have already messaged them since the game was about to start, but they have still not responded, so we can't do anything. So I think we have to
Yes.
disqualify them. So Team IGN moves forward, and sorry, Team Wolves, we have done our job. We did texted you before the game more than 1 hour. It's been more than 1 hour, but still you have not responded, so we can't do anything on that. You could have informed us, but you did not, so we can't do anything. But why not? Let's do this in the viewers match. What do you say?
Indeed, why not do that? Quentin, what's your thought about that?
That would be very interesting. Ru, why don't you explain a little bit more to the viewers so that they also understand this?
Okay, so guys, so this match is not gonna happen. So if you guys want to play, so you can come online and just request us, and we will just put you in the lobby, and we can just enjoy the match. But it will just be one match, okay, guys. So if you wanna play, just come online and text us.
Okay, guys, to break it down to you even further, the first 5 viewers who wants to join in can drop their ID in the live chat. We will just take the first 5 members. They will be the fortunate ones to join for this this fun game between the viewers. So will it be just viewers between
No, no,
viewers or
it's
between
between
our
the
team versus viewers?
host versus the viewers.
Okay, it's between the host versus the viewer. So the first 5 members who are commenting their IDs will get selected. So we have not done that. Do it fast. Come on, guys, go for it. It's just for the viewers, and yes, go for it, guys. While we are waiting for you guys to come to the lobby.
Yep, drop your IDs in the stream and we will just add you real quick. So yeah, the first 5 viewers will be joining us in the match, and I think so. Me and Shin, we will be casting this. So why not have a little bit of a little tussle? What do you say, Ryu? Do you want to play or do you want to cast away?
Let's cast. I do get the chance to play a lot of the times, but this time I want to watch how will it go between our team and the viewers here. So while we are at it, let's see who are the first 5 fortunate people who have typed their IDs onto the live chat. And yeah, while we are at it, what will be the lineup for our for our side? Let's see.
I think so. We have we already have 4 members in. I'm not sure if God will be playing. We have Super L, we've got Rio, we've got Kyra and Nige. Kyra is one of the viewers, I'm pretty sure, but he is also on a team that is contesting right now in the VORTEX of Legends.
Okay, Quentin, why don't you play too?
Okay, which side will I be on?
You'll be on the host side, of course.
All right. Okay. Then I guess with that, I'll also be taking a short break to just join in on this game. I will catch you guys later after the match, probably.
Yes, sir. And somebody have to do it, the casting. So here am I. We'll take it away from Quentin for this fun game. And yes, Quentin, good luck to you. Have fun there. So let's see how will it turn out this game. And I guess who is not gonna play?
No, no, no.
Or is he gonna play?
I'll
Okay,
be
sir.
alongside you, Shin.
Alrighty. Thanks for accompanying me for this casting of this fun game. And yeah, where are the viewers? I can just see 3 people in the lobby. Where are the rest 2? Why don't you guys just drop in your IGN so you get a chance to play? Who knows, if you guys win you can get diamonds. We can do that, isn't it?
Yeah, we can do that.
If you're able to beat our team, you can get some diamonds. That's a fair trade, isn't it? It will be exciting for you guys. And yeah, how about that, guys? If you guys haven't joined in yet, please do that. And yeah, while we're at it, how do you feel about today's games so far? 3 games that were played tonight.
I was really enjoying watching the match. It was like so great games we had today, and I was just enjoying, quietly, and you guys were just casting so good, so I was just doing my job.
Yes, sir. With the addition of Z, it was really, wonderful to cast alongside him and Quentin. It's always fun when you guys are here, and of course, it wouldn't have been possible without you here. The one working behind the scenes so hard for all our lovely viewers and the team to make these games possible. So a big round of applause and thanks towards you and the rest of the team as well. Yes, and with that, we are gonna take a view to that match, I guess.
Okay, we just need 2 players more.
I can see Suzu commenting a lot. Why don't you come and join in, ma'am? It is your chance. There is nothing to be embarrassed about, nothing to be ashamed about. It's just a fun match. Kyra, I guess he has already joined the lobby, so Miss Suzu, you can also join in. There is no need to be afraid. There is no need to be shy. There is no need to be embarrassed. Please come in and join this fun game. It is for you guys especially, and it doesn't matter whether you win or lose. It's just for memories. It's just for fun, isn't it, Wu? I guess my man is busy, or is he here?
Suzu, oh, Suzu doesn't want to come.
It's okay. There is no need to be worried, Suzu. You can come. People to begin this game, and yeah, captain is busy here, so it is fine, Suzu. We will not judge anybody. We will not, belittle anyone. It's just for fun. Doesn't matter if you are the top global player or somebody who just started this game. There is a time to begin, and why don't you just start right now? So yes, just waiting on the final two members to join in, and yes, if we don't get enough people, then I will just join in from the side of viewers maybe, or I can add somebody from my list probably to okay, there is one more member joining in. Is that Suzu? I don't know. Don't think so.
You can
Wait.
join in, Suzu. You don't need to be so embarrassed, We won't judge you.
Yes.
It's just
Yes,
for
sir.
fun. So you can join.
Okay. Go on, go on.
Okay, Shang is here.
Wait a minute. I think Suzu is coming and waiting to join the lobby, but let me come back to the lobby as well. I don't know, my screen is blacked out. Let me restart the game real quick so I can be a part of that game too. Just wait a minute. Ooh, I will be there pretty soon.
Okay, I'll be waiting for you.
Yes, sir. And yes, sir. Just a few seconds away.
Oi, how did that just got started, Shin?
It got started. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was on cancel. I just cancelled it, but it got still started. How?
No worries. It's okay. Never mind. And yeah, we can't. You can go ahead and cast for that game. I will just watch it from the YouTube. How about that?
But it will be delayed, so
No. You will be the only one casting. I'll just be watching. I'll be the viewer this time.
okay.
I'll just take a bit
I'm
rest
not
for
the
now.
only
Okay,
one
Is that
that's
bound
okay?
fine.
by
Yeah,
these
that's fine.
chains.
Alrighty, I will see you guys tomorrow. I believe that is it for me. Who will take you to this game? And yes, we will see you tomorrow as well at the same time, perhaps. And yeah, bye bye, guys.
Okay, thank you, Shin, for today.
Thank you, man. See you tomorrow.
Only love and night are everlasting.
Okay, wait a second, guys.
My kiss grants you immortality or death.
I am the priestess of primal lightning, the hunter of all the evil gods.
Who said there are no shortcuts in life? I literally invented one.
Okay, Chip from Quentin. A very interesting pick. Okay, since Chip is my main hero, not main, second main, I feel I really enjoy playing Chip and I just want to see how Quentin plays it. Okay, that Mia and Ruby. Okay, Gushen. I think Mia and Ruby was a good pick here, but let's see. Okay, Riz. Never mind.
I am the
This is
moonlight
the
that
last
breaks
game,
through the
so
darkness.
you can join some other time.
Let
We will
them
just
play
let
the
you know when
hero.
we will do the
I
viewers
will be the
versus the host
truth
match.
this world
The
brings
sun rises
like
when
a
I give the
splitting
word.
wind.
Okay, Yuzong and Mia coming in from the viewers team and Super L with that Khalid. Okay, that's a full Yama squad.
Rise, flames, rise.
Okay, Mamacita with that Valir coming in. Okay, what are they gonna ban? I think they can go for a
It is in
just
despair
troll
that I
ban, but
see
they
the
are going for a
fondest
tryhard.
hopes.
So they wanna win, guys.
Hayabusa, Sanjo.
As fleeting as a snowflake's breath, as timeless as a glacier's heart.
Muscle of iron, bones of steel.
Okay, so sorry, Suzu. I thought you wouldn't come, so I was not about to start, but unfortunately it got started. I had pressed that unready button, but still it got started. I don't know how. Okay, a chow coming in for Kyra, our lovely viewer and supporter from day one. Kyra with the chow. I think you wanna flex that
Point out
Yuri
all the
Yagami skin.
injustice in the world.
Okay, God of Death with that one trick hero. Okay, can we see a one trick hero coming in from God of Death? But Sicilian is banned, so
Come on,
Lilia might
Dexter.
be coming,
It's our
guys.
showtime.
Just for your information,
It's
God of
time
Death
to go
is
to
a
the
one trick
Hibiki
Lilia.
show.
Okay, so he goes in with that Lilia.
Brother, the
am the
Empire is
Starry
safe
Night.
on our watch.
Okay, a Fanny getting locked in instantly. Okay, now we are going to move on to the land of dawn in 4 seconds. Yeah, obviously, it's a one trick, guys. Lilia one trick. Just chilling game, no harm. You, but looking at that pick coming from you, God of that, that's a one trick hero.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
Gee, guys, Mia looks so pretty in the skin. Okay, Fanny taking her buff. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Super L versus the Japanese person. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, there is going a very peaceful fight, and Quentin is rotating in the bot side, doesn't want to get that Mia farm. Okay, meanwhile, in the top lane, Dragon poking Khalid a bit, and we can see a bot lane rotation coming in from the Ling. Rio's banana shake. Okay, he's not level 4 yet, but okay, meanwhile in the top lane, Khalid might be enough. Okay, but Fanny decides to back off. Khalid is safe.
First blood!
Okay, Khalid with that first blood. Sorry guys, I missed that fight. But never mind, Quentin going in, and Rio. Can we see a kill from Rio? Okay, banana shake with that Shing, and in the bot lane we can see Sang getting ready for the Fumiko. Okay, Fumiko with a nice play, but I guess he won't survive. Yes, he doesn't survive. Okay, Quentin in a good position. The turtle is up, and the blue team looks ready for the turtle. Okay, Yuzong versus Khalid, that's a good matchup. Okay, Mamacita in a bad position. Okay, Mamacita gets caught. I think that's an end for Mamacita. Okay, Mamacita goes down. Emperor Kyra trying to do something. Okay, a nice petrify coming in from Yuzong, but okay, Fanny zones in. Ling with his cinching. Okay, what's the godly Ling, guys? That's how Yama Esports Ling. But for your information, Rio is a mid laner. But look at his jungle. Okay, meanwhile in the bot lane, a nice kill onto that Mia. They don't want to let that Mia farm since they know how godly that Mia can be. Okay, this chip is something, guys. But Super L goes down. Okay, Shin has joined the chat. Okay, Dragon trying to do something, but he might be in a bad position, but Dragon survives. And can we see that 1v1 Fanny and Lin? Okay, God is farming. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Super L versus Japanese person. Japanese person goes down. Okay, Lin trying to invade Fanny's buff. Okay, that's too deep from Quentin. Quentin might go down. But his backup coming in. Okay, a nice play coming in from Claude, but he decides to back off. Okay, Ling with that Shin, but was not able to catch anyone. Okay, Khalid got that kill, but on what cost? Okay, the one trick kill, they're trying to deal some damage to Shang. He needs his item. Okay, a 1.5k goal lead on our host side. Okay, Quentin locking into the Fanny. Okay, Quentin might go down. Emperor Kyra, do something, you can do that. Okay, Quentin is going down here, I guess. Yes, he goes down, but he is successful to use that portal and call his backup. Meanwhile, Ling just taking the turtle silently. Okay, Rio trying to invade. Can we see a 1v1 against... Okay, Ling misses his retribution. Bad retribution, as always, coming in from Rio. Okay, Quentin going in. Okay, that might be bad for... Okay, but Fanny locking that ult onto that chip, I think that's a misclick. He was trying to lock onto the one-trick Lilia, but he just misses it. Okay, Quentin. A nice spot coming in from Quentin. Okay. Guys, report Quentin. He might be stream sniping you guys. Okay, a nice gang coming in from the host side. Rio trying to deal some damage, but Rio goes down from the damage coming in from Valir, the poke damage. Okay. God of Death might go down, but he has the flicker. Fanny trying to do something. Oh, okay, what was that, Mamacita? Okay, I just said it, guys. He's a one-trick Linda. It's hard for you to kill. You won't go down that easily. Okay, he goes down with Kyra. Okay, Rio versus Fanny. Rio has to back off. Okay, Quentin used this portal and team backup is here, so this might look bad for the viewers team, but okay. Okay, Fanny dealing some damage and going back. Dragon joins the fight, and this might look bad for Lilia, but Lilia has her ult and survives. Okay, Lilia trying to do some outplay, but it's not enough since Fanny has that high damage. Okay, it's an even fight, the viewers versus the host. Okay, this is looking bad for Mamacita. Okay, Ling gets a kill onto that Valir. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Claude goes down. Okay, they are trying to gank that Mia. Mia, you need to run Mia. Okay. Mia survives. Can we see a 1v2 from God of Death, aka Yamraj? Chip trying to do something in the bot lane, but decides to back off. Okay, meanwhile in the bot lane, Quentin and Fumiko trying to melt down that Japanese person. The Japanese person won't go down that easily since he is the dragon. Okay, dragon going deep in, but dragon goes down. You should not underestimate the damage of the Claude and Chip. Okay, Quentin Chin is still going in. He has the portal, and it is enough to immobilize that Kyra. Okay, look at that Elite trying to deal some damage to the Tiny, and he has that enough damage. Okay, well, still wants to go in, but Fanny gets back. Kamiya spots that. Okay, they're planning to something for Fanny. Okay, L is too deep. Super L still surviving. Okay, L with a nice play coming in. Okay, that's a wiped out for team viewers, I think. But Dragon coming from the back lane. Okay, Dragon with a nice play. Claude might go down here. Okay, Claude with his ultimate, but he goes down. Yes, Krang has enough damage to kill that Claude. Okay, this might look better. Lilia, but Lilia is just poking around, dealing damage to Claude. But Fanny, will you be able to stop a Fanny? No. Okay, Quentin. Guys, just for information, this is a viewers versus host match since the last match was not the team. What do you say? The team did not respond it, so team. I don't know what the name was, but we just got disqualified and we had time, so it's a viewers versus the host match. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Super L versus 4 members of the team viewers. Okay, a portal into the bot lane, into the Fanny. Okay, Fanny goes down. Rio back to his lane. Okay, Dragon versus Khalid. Okay, this Khalid man won't go down that easily. Okay, the Dragon has to pop out his Black Dragon form and retreat. Okay, Dragon still decides not to retreat. Okay, Super still has the vision, but Dragon with that nice skill, but he goes down. And meanwhile in the mid lane, Rio doing some shing around. Okay, Rio with that kill. Okay, look at that Super L, guys. For your information, he is also a tank. I mean, yeah, roamer. But look at how he's playing that lead. Okay, Fumiko wants to end it as soon as possible, so okay, Rio showboating the viewers. Okay, Rio, don't try too much. You might go down. Okay, Rio. I just said it, don't underestimate. You might throw the game. Is this the discipline I teach you guys every day? Where is the discipline, guys? Just sing the lanes and get over with the match. Okay, nice skill play from Claude. Okay, Khalid going deep in. Look at the damage coming in from Khalid and Lilia. Quentin just roaming around trying to catch somebody off guard. Okay, look at Fanny showing her skills. Okay, Rio is trying some showboating. Meanwhile, Shang trying to split push. Okay, Ling trying to go in. Okay, but Ling gets got off, and nice recover coming in from Super L, but the damage coming in from Mia. Guys, don't underestimate. They have that Mia. You guys are just throwing the game. Just end it simply. Okay, a nice catch from Emperor Kaira, but Lilia still has her ult, and Fumiko has the damage to kill. Okay, look at the damage coming in from Mia. Quentin alone cannot do anything. Quentin, you need to run for your life. But okay, Quentin, what was that? Quentin got panicked, guys. A wipe out from team viewers. Okay, can we see a steal coming in from Rio? Will Rio win the retry battle or Sang? Okay, Rio is already low and Dragon chasing Rio. Rio might go down, but Rio is still surviving the fight. Okay, Rio goes down and Super is trying to zone the members, but it's not enough. Okay, you guys have just thrown the match. Get that Mia off that board or you won't be able to win this match, guys. Okay, Fanny with that skill. Okay, okay, Claude with that play. Okay. Quentin trying to do something, but he won't be able to. The Lord is still coming in the top lane. Okay. Lilia with the poke damage. Okay, can we see a 1v4 from Lilia? Okay, Ling gets the kill onto that. Okay, okay. The one trick Lilia I just said about, guys. Did you just see that one trick Lilia defending against that 3 people? Okay, Shang trying to do something. They can defend it. It's an equal fight, but the host side or on though on gold just took a difference, but it is not that much, so it doesn't matter in this late game phase. It just what just matters is how you gank and who you catch. So Quentin is just a suggestion. If you try to catch that Mia and just CC her, the triple chain CC, you might win. I'm not a one trick chip boy. I don't get to play chips, so you are a one trick Lilia. We can see that in game. Okay, Khalid goes down. Okay, Quentin, your job is to catch that Mia. Okay, looking at the items, they almost have full items, and look at them showboating. Fumika and God of Death, the key peoples of the squad. Is Super L trying to give vision onto the team? Okay, Emperor Kyra, you're too deep. My boy Lilia has the damage enough to poke you out. And Fumiko with that ult, what was that Link trying to get? Okay, Kyra, you're still recalling it. Okay, a nice second skill coming in from Dragon. It is enough to kill that Link. Look at Super L sustaining that damage coming in from Mia. Okay, if the Mia goes down, it's a win for them. Okay, Lilia with the poke damage. Look at that Lilia, guys. I just said it. It's a one trick Lilia. Can we see a maniac coming in from the one trick Lilia? Okay, it's a maniac. Oh no, but the Claude steals it, guys. This Claude, he should have given the one trick Lilia maniac. What was he trying to do? Okay, guys, one trick Lilia with that carry for the host team. Okay, guys, congratulations, team host, and well played, team viewers. That was a great matchup, a good show. I just said it, guys. You can see from the stats, it's a one trick Lilia, guys, carrying the whole team. Okay, so guys, I guess this is it for today. And thank you so much for joining in. And we still have uh, day 2 of round of 32 tomorrow's in the same time, so stay tuned, guys, and thank you for joining in, and thank you so much, guys. I guess this is it for today. This is me, the host, signing off. Good night, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, that's not skills, bro. That one trick. Okay, guys, good night, guys. Thank you so much for joining.